Well, Shunji and I have been friends for like 5 years, and especially after I moved to LA, he lives in my neighborhood. So there's not many Japanese director based in LA now. So we hang out, and one day, I think it was like a nightclub at Little Tokyo, and we both got drunk, and that's suddenly Shunji told me that hey, I'm doing this animation project and it's going nowhere, so why don't you do it? So like, what? And I was drunk, he was drunk, so I said, and I asked, so what is the story? And he just pitched me the whole story, and it was great. So even before I read the script, I said, yes, I'm going to do it. Even before I met him personally, somebody asked me in the interview, you always say that you don't get much influence from Japanese movies. Is there somebody you like in Japanese film industry? I always said Shunji Iwai. I really respect his movie, and his movie Swallowtail Butterfly, I think that's the best Japanese movie ever made. So I really respect that guy. And he had an idea to let's do it in rotoscope, and that was a very shocking thing for me. Whoa, nobody's doing that anymore. Everybody used to do it, but that was like the beginning of the animation. But then nobody's doing it anymore. And there are some rotoscope animation back in 80s, 90s, recently, but all those movies seems to me like they just make live action movie and just turn into animation, which doesn't make much sense to me, because then I prefer to see actors' face. But because this baton is big sci-fi story, it made me makes me feel like it makes perfect sense. Why are we doing this? Because we can't do it. It's going to be like $50 million movie if we do it live action. I moved to LA like 4 years ago, and until then, I was making a movie in Japan. I had my agent here, my manager here, and I was doing back and forth. And I got this job in Dimitri, and they wanted to go into pre-production right away. So I had 3 weeks to pack up and abandon my country. So I was in a rush. And pre-production, production, post-production, that wasn't that much problem for me. Bigger problem for me was get the social security number, figure out health plan, where to live, and even to buy the car. I felt it was very brutal in this country that if you don't have credit history, you can't do anything, right? And of course, I don't have credit history that time, right? Because I was starting my new life here. So like, what? I mean, how can I get the car? And that part was much harder than adjusting to Hollywood system. I mean, it is very different, but making movie, to me it's not that much difference. When I started making movie like 25 years ago, it was me and my friend from film school, and it was like 3 or 4 of us. Then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and when it comes to Hollywood movie, maybe like 100 people around me. But my job is to be the center of the this big circle, so it wasn't that much difficult for me. I'm still doing a bunch of stuff in Japan too. I have my own company, so I'm producing it and giving it opportunity to younger director, and I think that's part of my job. And another thing I think as my job is I have to become a bridge more like between Japan and America. I know lots of American studios and producers and creators respect Japanese culture, but it's not always easy to do something together, because they can't speak English, and Hollywood, they don't understand Japanese. And I think I'm one of the few people who actually based here and who've done enough filmmaking and know a lot of people there, and I think I understand the language and the culture pretty well by now. So I'm trying to set up a lot of things, something based on the Japanese animation. That's the one thing I'm working on. It's based on huge Japanese animation comic, and I'm trying to do as Hollywood live action movie. Yes, I do have, but I don't think I can have chance to do that because I know that he's going to do it, which is Mad Max 4. That's my dream project, but I'm pretty sure George Miller is going to do it, and if he's going to do it, he's going to do it, and he's a genius. You know, he's a master. So I'm happy to become a fan again.